Okay guys, so I'm gonna show here what we're gonna do next. If you have seen me training or competing, you have seen me doing this plenty of times. Okay, so the moment that I'm here, all right, I'm gonna do the same thing. This time, my opponent is gonna keep his knee on the mat. You understand? He's not gonna lift it. Very important, he's not sitting on his heel. Sit on your heel, Boris. Sit like and stay heavy, you know, stay heavy. If he doesn't let me pull him, that will not work. This will be a different technique that we're gonna go later. He's still allowing me to pull him. He's still allowing me to load. You understand? Another important thing, he's not posting this hand on the mat below my hips. If he posts the hand above my hips, it's no problem. But below my hips is a different technique as well. You understand? Very important, okay? So you cannot post the hand below the hips, and you cannot sit down completely. You have to allow the person to load you. You understand? So the moment that I'm here, what I'm gonna do is this here. Okay? Let's try it again from this angle here because I'm pretty sure it was not on the camera. So yes. The moment that I'm like this, look how it looks complicated, but it's actually, when you do it, it's very easy to hit on training, okay? So the moment that I'm here, I'm doing the same thing. But this time he's gonna keep his knee on the mat. So I'm gonna load him. Look, sorry, I'm gonna pull and load. The only difference now is I'm not moving my knee now. I am moving my back on the mat. So I'm gonna keep him tight. Look, my knee to the shoulder very tight. And I'm gonna place my back on the mat. You see here? At the time that I'm here, he's loaded on my foot. So I'm gonna extend my foot and I'm gonna look to that side. So look at this, I'm gonna extend my foot and I'm gonna look to the side. He is already falling, I'm not going with him. I'm not rotating. At the moment that he falls, because I'm so tight on the lapel, he pulls me on top of him. And then I end up landing on top. You understand? So really quick here, no really quick, so without you, so it's easier for them to see. My foot is really tight. I pull him to me. I load him here. Now look at how both of my legs are here. This leg's the most important. Is gonna kick. And as I kick, I look to the side. And as he falls, he pulls me to him because I'm always very tight with my knee to his shoulder. Lapel is always connected. You understand? And I'll land on top very easily. So, one more time. Look, I hold. I make sure that my hook is very tight. Because otherwise I'm not gonna kick him with my foot. I'm gonna kick him with my shin. That's why I told you in the beginning that my foot has to be really connected. Now look how I'm gonna pull and place my back on the mat. I can't place my foot on his hips, look. So I'm gonna start keeping the knee tied to the shoulder and I'm gonna kick as I look to the side. He's gonna easily fall and I can just come up on top. Understand? Give it a try and make sure you learn this, because this will make you sweep anyone. Let's go. So the reason why you're having trouble coming up on top is when you're doing the technique, you're doing here and sometimes even putting the back on the mat. But you see where Boris is? Bob has his weight with his head higher than his butt. You see? Because my back is on the mat, but it's not really on the mat. My back has to be here. Now look, he's more that way than this way. So at that moment, I'm gonna look to my side. So look, the moment that I'm here, I'm gonna look to my side. Now look how I extend both of my legs here. It's like a sideways roll. Look how I extend my leg, he's falling, and then I just go with him. You understand? I can't go while he's like this. Because remember, otherwise he's gonna post. I need to be here. Now he's not posting, look at this. He's not posting. Here he's posting. You understand? So very important, I have to move him, look. The moment that I'm here, look, I move him fully. Look how he is. Now I can start kicking my legs up. And then I can come up on top. But very important here too, is I see people taking this leg out. Look, this leg has to be on the half guard. The whole time, it can't be like this. It's gonna get out. The moment that I pull him, I don't do this. I'm still here, look. I'm just using my leg to bump, look. Both of my legs bump him. Now he's on top of me. If he's on my hip, how do I rotate? I can't rotate. I pull him to my head, look. And now I can easily kick. Look how he falls, and I can easily come up on top. You understand? Very important. Make his head at least the same line of his hips. Better, lower, but at least same line. Don't be too high, you know? It is possible to sweep him like with his head higher than his hips, but then you have to be fast. And because you guys don't have the technique down yet, and you can't do it in one motion, it will become hard. If you want to do it slow, you're gonna have to bring his head below his hips. Also make sure that his hips goes on your head before you roll, because there is no way that I can roll if his weight is here. So I have to like use my legs and bump him forward in order for his hips to be here. Now I can easily roll because his hips are on my head. You see, I can be here and his hips are still here. And then he will fall with me because I'm gonna be able to extend my leg and come up on top. All right? Let's go.